Dimir Death Shadow, top 32 of a 300 player event. So the deck uses the two biggest one drops in the format, Death Shadow and Nethergoyf. Absolutely huge creatures, enabling your stubborn denials, and the deck is just really, really sweet. Could not resist playing Death Shadow and Nethergoyf. As soon as I saw this list, I knew we had to play it. I thought the most innovative thing in the deck was playing Mockingbird. So you use Mockingbird to just copy your Netherglyphs and Death Shadows, and you basically just have 12 unbelievably large threats for just 1 mana. And then the rest of the deck is just full of like great removal, great interaction. You got things like Thoughtseize and Dismember and Street Wraith to turbo out your Death Shadow. You've got Mishra's Bauble to power up your Nethergoyf, and you've got Stubborn Denial, which is just like the best 1 mana interaction in Modern at the moment, and all of your creatures enable it very, very easily. The last little bit of spice that I wanted to point out was the Dress Down in the main deck. Dress Down not only kills all the opponent's Saga tokens, but more importantly, it makes a Death Shadow lose that text box, which means it's a vanilla 1 mana 13/13. So very, very sweet little combo. That is the deck. Let's hop into some gameplay because this deck looks absolutely wild. It has been a while since I have made a video. I think it's been like a month or something. So it is good to be back. Opponent leads up with a white bordered Preordain. What is going on here, opponent? White bordered Preordain. Not cool. We draw Dismember, so yeah, we can get a Death Shadow very big very quickly here. I guess we cycle the Street Wraith first. Oh, we've drawn the Nethergoyf. We could play that on turn 1 if we'd like to. So it's what, a 2/3? Not particularly scary. I think we're going to lead off with the Thoughtseize. And it looks like we are against... What on earth is this? Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand for 2 mana. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with 3 mana or less, it deals 1 damage to that player. What is our... Is this just blue-red pile? I think this is blue-red pile. Alright, interesting. Well, we obviously go for their land here, right? That seems pretty good. We'll just pass the turn back to our opponent. Thoughtseize, not really supposed to be able to take lands, but our opponent is playing the Sink into Stupor, so we might be able to just steal a game. Okay, our opponent actually drew the land for turn. Very fortunate for them. We actually have got a game on our hands. I thought I might have managed to just steal a free win from Thoughtseizing their land, but I think it's still... I mean, like, statistically, I think it's worth the try. Opponent goes and plays a Verge. And let's see, reveals Flare of Denial. Sure. So here I think we just want to go... I guess we just Dismember this, right, and get lower for our Death Shadow. Then it can be out of Unholy Heat range. If we go Fetch Shock, we're on 10, which makes it a 3/3. So I guess it is still pretty good. But yeah, let's just go Fetch Shock. Unsure if opponent is AFK or playing very slowly. They must be preoccupied with something. Let's go Watery Grave, Shock. And actually, you know what? I'm going to Fatal Push here. Because I don't know if I want to pay the life on this just yet. Which one do we want to play? Well, I guess we can play the Nethergoyf just to be a little bit safer. And next turn they can Adventure their dude if they want. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. That would be a horrendous turn 3 for them if that's all they do. I'm kind of more... Yep, that is literally going to be their play. Okay, you got it, buddy. So here we can just... Oh, that's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and cycle. I don't think we even care about Stubborn Denial right now. So I'm just going to play both of our creatures. Oh, we've got some Modo lag. I thought the Modo lag was fixed. That was one of the reasons I didn't mind having a bit of a break from making videos, because the Modo lag is pretty wild. Like the fact that it takes it off your own clock as well. Crazy. So here next turn, we're just going to have a huge amount of damage to get through. Anything they play we can remove, and then we've got Stubborn Denial if they do ever get enough card types in their graveyard. I really don't know what's going on with this card. Is this the anti-breach tech? Steam Clean isn't even an instant, it's a sorcery. This card sucks. I don't know why our opponent is playing this. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value 3 or less, it deals 1 damage to that player. That's strange. It's just like a really bad Eidolon of the Great Revel that's not, I guess it's not symmetrical, but yeah, there's got to be better options than this. Unless they're playing it as like a tempo play, and then you play this side. No, because it doesn't even sack to Flare. Am I missing something here? If you can see any reason to play this card in Modern, please do let me know. But I currently cannot see any reason unless it's your pet card and you just really like the card. Very confused. So if we draw a fetch land, we can deal ourselves as much as we want, pretty much. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we could literally put ourselves to 1, and that'd be 12, 17. Because we could seal to get enchantment. I guess we'd need a target for it. What have they got for 1 mana here? Oh, they've enabled Unholy Heat. Well, that's unfortunate, but that's fine. We still got a 4-5 in play. We're looking pretty good here. Bauble quite a nice draw. Just makes our Goyf a little bit bigger. Opponent has a Bauble on top. Also a white-bordered Bauble. And white-bordered Unholy Heat. Our opponent is an absolute maniac. I'm just going to play the seal here. Can't see any downside to playing it. Other than we don't get to keep up dress down, but I don't think that matters. We can't like sack it for no reason because you need to have a target for it. So we can't like bounce it, pump this for free. We draw a Watery Grave. Sure. Opponent plays their Mishra's Bauble. Where are they targeting with theirs? Targeting us. Okay, sure. They had a little peek. And they can keep up something like Stubborn Snapcaster Mage into Unholy Heat or something. So they're going to draw from their Bauble. We no longer care about dealing ourselves damage because our Death Shadow is in the bin. So I think we're just going to play the Flooded Strand and swing here. Obviously, this is a scenario where we don't actually want to bounce their creature, because if we bounce Snappy, they just get another blocker, which is what I assume they're going to do here. I was expecting a flash in Snapcaster Mage, cast Unholy Heat. Can they not do that? I mean, they can. Sure. So Snappy comes in. And they got, yeah, sure. So Unholy Heat, you got it. Artifact, creature, sorcery, instant. Yeah, they have got it. It doesn't say on the card, does it? No. Yeah. Nice and easy Stubborn Denial. Shit. I guess I could have played around that. Do we have a Surveil land in the deck? We do not. I guess we just bounce it then. So we keep the Nethergoyf, but that's a little bit annoying. Yeah, there wasn't really a window where we could have used the bounce card any better, really. Opponent just keeps up mana, so they've got their Stubborn Denial. Sorry, not their Stubborn Denial, their Counterspell mana up. Let's cast the Bauble. See what our opponent's drawing next turn. Flame of Anor. Okay, that's a good one. I guess we just play into the Counterspell, right? There's nothing we can do, and then next turn we can bring it. Wait, can we bring back this turn? So if we shock this, I don't want to lose to a Flame of Anor, so we need to make sure that we don't go down too many card types. So we've got 2 lands, haven't we? Yeah, we've got loads of lands. So land, creature is fine. 2 baubles, so we'll take a bauble, and we can take another creature. Oh no, we don't need to do that, do we? We need sorcery, instant, so it'll have to be an instant here. And this way we do not lose any of our like delirium count. You have to be very specific with what you're exiling. And we draw the Mockingbird, so we can just copy the Nethergoyf again here. So many Nethergoyfs in our deck. Alright, sweet. We steal the game from our opponent. Not really sure what they're doing, and they conceded the round. Alright, 1-0. Let's go to the next one. Alright, what do we got? Yeah, this hand looks great. We'll go ahead and keep. This takes me back to the good old days where people used to play like Grixis Death Shadow with Death Shadow, Thoughtseize, Team of Battle Rage. Oh, that deck was so sweet. Someone else playing a Steam Vents Turn 1 Preordain. This, I really hope, is not the same deck. Whatever our opponent was doing last game was not was not a good deck. So let's go ahead and I guess we play this, fetch shock, a watery grave, target ourselves. We're going to draw a dress down, and we're against breach. Okay, sure. So against this hand, I think we just take the Malevolent Rumble, and there's not really much they can do. I'm pretty happy with our opponent's hand, to be honest. I guess we could have tried to use the Bauble to like pseudo surveil. Yeah, that might have been better in hindsight, but that's okay. This is my first time playing the deck, so there are many things going on that I have not considered just yet. Soul Guide Lantern into the bin, sure. Let's go shock. Down to 13, which is not quite enough to play Death Shadow. So let's lead off with the Preordain, see what we find. I don't think we want this fetch land, do we? It does mean next time we can play Death Shadow. That's interesting. Okay, sure. We'll take it because I want to play the Death Shadow next turn. And what we can do is play Death Shadow, and then when they use their, wherever is it, their Lightning Bolt, we can just dress down in response. That will then make it a 13/13, and then it won't die. Then the dress down will go to the bin, and Netherglyph will become bigger. So Netherglyph will, for a little bit of time, become a 0/1, but Bolt will not be going there. It'll probably be going at the Death Shadow. So that's fine. All right, what do we got? Land again, sure. So let's go Flooded Strand, Fetch Shock, Watery Grave. We'll go to combat, get some damage in first before we play the Death Shadow. And then that way, if they do bolt this next, their turn, sorry, at the end of our turn, we can dress down and not make our Netherglyph lose out on damage. So we'll play a 3/3 into their bolt. So they go for the bolt here. Yeah, no brainer. Dress down comes in. We get to cycle our card. We have a 13/13 with 3 damage on. And go to end step. Oh, we were already in end step. Okay, so this stays in play for now. That is interesting. So it means if they play any creatures here, they won't work. Things like Emery, for example. I guess they're quite a way off of doing anything with Emery. Even like the ETB to mill can help them out. Oh, what have they got? They've got Thoracle, which does absolutely nothing because it is a 1/3 vanilla. And go to our turn. So this works out perfectly for us because now we have a target for our removal. So we can go. I think we want to go Fetch Shock again here. No, we can't, can we? Because then we die to Bolt. They do have Bolt, so we have to play around just dying to like literally Underworld Breach bolts. Yeah, that's something to keep an eye out on. Let's see what they've got coming up. Malevolent Rumble, sure. So I think we want to kill this. It's just how much damage do we want to do to ourselves? We need to get 7 damage in, which we've actually got already. So we don't have to do too much damage to ourselves. I think we're going to choose to do 2. That'll keep us at 7. So, double bolt doesn't kill us. But I still want to get as much damage in as possible in case they answer one of our creatures. It's a shame we couldn't use Dress Down to kill them, but they would have, we had 13 and they were on, I think, 14 life. So we didn't have lethal with Dress Down and Death Shadow. Stubborn Denial probably just puts this game away. I can't really imagine what they could have here. I think we just let that resolve. The only thing we really care about is Unholy Heat at this point. Malevolent Rumble reveals Preordain, Bolt, Tarn, and Bauble. Bolt, you've got 3 mana, opponent. What can you do with 3 mana? So they're going for the Underworld Breach. That makes sense. I don't think we really have much choice. We'll go ahead and Stubborn Denial. If they've got the interaction here, they don't even have a Mox. I think that was fine. I can't imagine there was that much they could have done. So in this matchup, what do we want to change? Dismember is not as great. I guess Dress Down is not good. It does answer the Sagas, or the Saga tokens, which is definitely something to remember. So I don't mind keeping him one just to answer those. Seal of Removal just feels absolutely awful, so we'll go ahead and get rid of that. What is good? Spell Bomb seems pretty good. And we don't need 4 Dismembers, I don't think. Or at least not 4 and 4 Fatal Push. I'd rather cut a push. I quite like dealing ourselves damage with Dismember. Anything else? Do we want Frog in this matchup? I wish I knew what the player was doing when they were sideboarding. Frog is obviously a great card. I just don't know if it's good in this matchup. Seems like you want it in the grindy matchups. So against Breach, they're going to bring in some more of their like value-orientated cards. So the Jace sorry, not Jace. Is it Jace or Teferi? I can never remember which one of the Planeswalkers it is, but the one that has the Thoracle text on it. They're also going to be bringing in like a Flame of Anor or maybe 2. So Psychic Frog seems okay in like grindier games. Let's go ahead and cut another push. Bring in a Frog. And I think that's about it. I don't want to overboard. So we're just going to try this. We definitely want to try and get our opponent dead quickly if we can. Like we don't have to kill them on turn 4 or turn 3. But if you can try and end the game sooner, you know, it's going to be much easier to actually win because Breach just grinds so well. It doesn't look like it when you look at the deck, but it does because you've got Saga tokens and you've got like Woodland, which can give them more value. You can just do value breaches. You've got whatever the wizard card is. I can never remember the name of the wizard card. I swear I said it a minute ago. Flame of Anor. So, you know, there are things we need to worry about. Like for the late game. Oh, is this hand actually any good? I think it's fine. We'll go ahead and keep. It'll probably be like turn 1, kill your legendary creature. So that's land, fetch. Sorry, fetch and instant in the graveyard. Oh no, no creature. Top 1, bottom 1. Okay. I don't really want to play Nethergoyf here. I am very scared of it dying to Bolt with our hand at the moment. So we're just going to turn 1 Preordain. I want to get this out. I want to be able to go Nethergoyf into Mockingbird, so then we have one in play. Because if we play this and they just bolt it during their turn, we don't have a threat then. Okay, sure. So these don't actually look too bad. Let's go top and top. Now we don't have to play around Bolt. We can just go like Nethergoyf, Mockingbird. And then the following turn, you know, we just got loads of interaction. Depending on what they do, if we're really scared of them comboing off, we can open with Thoughtseize and see what's going on. But I'm not too scared. Opponent just plays an Urza Saga into a Mox Amber, sure. Okay, now I'm scared. Maybe we will be Thoughtseizing first. Soul Guide Lantern, sure. They go for the... Okay, sure. They go for the Preordain, which I find quite surprising. And let's just lead off with Thoughtseize, I think. Just make sure they haven't got any removal. Or if they do, not too much. Breach, Spellbomb, Snare, and Malevolent Rumble. They don't really have anything going on. So I kind of just want to take the Rumble here. I guess they can't even cast it though, can they? Oh, they will be able to because they can go get a Mox. Sure, let's get the Malevolent Rumble. And play a Nethergoyf. So it looks like this might be a game where our opponent tries to do like the Saga plan of make a bunch of dudes with a bunch of artifacts. So this is the exact reason why I want to keep in at least one Dress Down, because it is a quite good extra game plan for them. I'll be interested to see how long it takes them to sack this. Or even if they're going to, like, to go down a card to exile a graveyard is pretty rough for them. Particularly when they don't have anything going on. Sure, so they draw from their bauble, that's fine. We draw Preordain. So I think what I want to do here is blue. So we can we play Mockingbird here as a copy of Nethergoyf. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you can do that. That's like a pseudo 1-for-1. We'll go ahead and play the Netherglyph here. And then we're just going to copy the Netherglyph again. Or we're actually going to try to do it this time. So copy the Netherglyph. I guess we maybe should have done that pre-combat. Yeah, we probably should have done that pre-combat. I think it would have resulted in the same thing. Where they bounce our dude, we then replay it. Maybe we would have kept one extra Mockingbird there. Okay, so they're going to make a dude here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be a 4-4, right? Oh no, they're tapping it for mana. I mean, they technically can go off. It's just they require quite a lot. So we know they've got the Breach. But they'd need like a legendary really to do too much. No, not a legendary, sorry. A grinding station. Which generally they cut after boarding. You normally sideboard one of them out. Yeah, normally it is, I think it's board out one of the Shifting Woodlands, you bring in a Beseiju. You board out one of the lands, one of the artifacts that you sack. I can't remember, what did I just call it? I swear I have Alzheimer's sometimes. For a Flame of Anor, you bring in the second win con, but they're playing 2 bolts, so maybe they don't need the alternative win cons. Okay, there's the stomping ground for their Malevolent Rumble, so they might just go for... No, they just play it tapped. Okay, sure. Stubborn Denial is a really good draw here. We're going to attack first because they're probably going to crack the Soul Guide Lantern at some point. So I'll give them the opportunity to do it now. Before we put the Preordain in the bin. Yeah, they do. Sweet. So that works out quite nicely for us because now we can go play the fetch. And just try and build up our graveyard as quickly as possible. And then this way we can enable our Stubborn Denials again. So we kind of do want this bauble, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we can now force ourselves to get Delirium if we need to. Okay, sure. So opponent's drawing a bauble, which is good for us because we do not care about bauble. And we draw a Netherglyph, which is really good. So yeah, if our opponent does anything we really, really don't want them to do, we can dismember the Mockingbird and then Stubborn Denial. So they're choosing to do nothing. Sure. So back to us. During our upkeep, they're baubling us. What do they find out? We draw a fail push. Sure. So I guess we just go in for 7 here. And then next turn we probably will have lethal, pretty much regardless of what happens. We don't need to play around any board wipes. It's not like they play any board wipes. At least that I've ever seen. I guess Pyroclasm, but that's not really what we need to worry about. Sure, you can have another Mishra's Bauble. Sooner or later they are going to just be forced to play something. You will eventually just die to our slightly bigger Wild Nakattles. So they mill 4, Rumble, Preordain, Tarn, and a Hedge Maze. No idea what they're trying to do here. So we know that their hand is Underworld Breach. They've used the Malevolent Rumble, Spell Snare, and I think they've used the Spell Bomb. Yeah. Okay, so we know about 2 of the cards in their hand. We'll go ahead and pay some amount of life. Or we're going to try. I don't know why it's not letting us do anything. No, I think it's just Modo being laggy. I'm not really sure. Let's go ahead and cancel. No, I must have done something wrong. So target this. Oh, maybe you have to do the life first. Okay, sure. And like we're not even dead to double bolt. First of all, we know they don't have double bolt. But even if they did, we have Stubborn Denial and we have lethal. So yeah, sweet. Nice easy 2-0 against the best deck in the format. Can't be blue-black Dimir. But yeah, sweet. And let's go to the next one. Oh, what do we got here? Yeah, this hand looks great. We'll go ahead and keep. I love the idea of playing this deck with Mockingbird. That is such a sweet innovation. I've not seen someone do that, but This deck is just stacked with one drop, like powerful one drops. Netherglyph and Death Shadow are so big for 1 mana, and then the idea of just copying them, it's just, it just is. I don't know. I think it's such a smart idea. I don't know if the person who the guy that played in the RC in China actually built this deck themselves, or they found it online, or what the case was. But whoever came up with this deck is an absolute genius. Let's go. Watery Grave. Thoughtseize our opponent. Stock Up and Emrakul. Jesus Christ, what is our opponent doing? Alright, well, we'll take the Stock Up. And I guess we can cycle these now. It doesn't really make a difference. It does, because we have Mishra's Bauble in our deck. Alright, we are safe for a little bit of time. We are safe. Looks like our opponent is playing like a Through the Breach combo deck with Stock Up, Emrakul, big lands, that kind of stuff. Our Bauble drew into another Bauble, drawing nothing but air. Let's go play this, and you know what? We're not going to use the Mishra's Bauble to do any shenanigans, because we're going to just play. We're going to use both our mana this turn anyway. Okay, that's good to know what they're going to draw. These are 5/5s, so let's go play this, copy this, and just keep up Stubborn Denial for the rest of the game. If we were to be really reserved, we could have just not played a land there. Sorry, not played our second creature and kept up Stubborn Denial. But I think that's just too much. Here we can go for, with Preordain, if we find Thoughtseize, we have lethal. So I am going to go ahead and do that. Street Wraith does as well, right? 3, 4, 5 puts us to 3. 10 is 20, yeah. So bottom, top, cycle. And here we can just go Fetch Shock. So unless our opponent has Bolt, then it looks like that's game. Alright, nice. Death Shadow's doing it. In this matchup, we want Consigns. In this particular version, do we want Dress Down against Emrakul? It seems very poor. Well, Fatal Push is a no-brainer. Probably don't want Dismember. I can't imagine they're going to have anything we can Dismember. We'll bring in the Frogs. Do we even have enough answers? Or enough cards to even bring in? I mean, like, I guess Dress Down is better against Emrakul than a Fatal Push or a Dismember. No threat and 4 lands. Is it greedy to mulligan this, or is it greedy to keep it? I think we can do better than that. Yeah, I do think this hand is probably better. What are we ditching, though? Probably a Preordain or a Mockingbird. How quick do we think we can draw a threat? So we can deal 2, 4, 6 damage to ourselves at the moment, which can't even play a Death Shadow. So if we bottom one of the Preordains, I mean, we're definitely keeping. It's just which of the two to bottom here. Unless we want to be greedy and put a land, which I definitely don't want to do. I think we want to put Preordain. It's kind of greedy because now we have to find a threat very quickly instead of having double Preordain. But I think having the Mockingbird means as soon as we get one threat in play, we have a very quick clock, because then we can obviously copy it. Opponent leads off with Scalding Tarn. Sure. Let's just go Shock and Thoughtseize. Emrakul, Khan, and Kozilek's Command. I think we want to just get rid of the K command here. What are they using Khan for? Are they using it to get a Quicksilver Amulet? Is that what it's called? There's an artifact which is basically Elvish Piper on a stick. I want to say it's Quicksilver Amulet. It's like 4 mana, pay 4, tap it, put a creature from your hand into play. Why else would they why would they have Khan in here in this matchup? Strange. Sure, so I guess we go Fetch Shock, because otherwise we're going to undo our surveilling later, scrying on later on if we don't do it. Fetch now. 2 more Preordains. Are we supposed to keep I think we probably are supposed to keep 1. If now isn't the time when we want Preordain, when does this deck ever want Preordain, right? Like, we're looking for a threat, so I guess it's the most valuable time for us to find Preordains. We can just use this. It doesn't really matter what land we use. Netherglyph and Stubby D. We've hit the jackpot. So yeah, we have a bit of a clock going now. Unfortunately, we don't have Stubborn Denial enabled yet, but we're getting there, right? Sure. Opponent plays a Talisman and an Eldrazi Temple. Just down to one card though, so not a lot going on for them. We're gonna go ahead and shock here, just because we have Death Shadows in our deck. If you play Death Shadow, particularly against something like Tron, you might as well Eldrazi, you might as well just take the damage. It's very unlikely that they're going to kill you with actual damage. It's going to be like, oh, that's scary. Well, we can't stop it. Hopefully we can find some way to enable our... Oh, I guess we should attack first. Some way to enable our Ferocious. Now, we know the bottom two cards of our deck are... the bottom three cards of our deck are currently a Preordain and two fetches. So because I know there's two fetches on the bottom, using this to fetch will actually not thin your deck, because you're taking one land out, but you're then putting two lands which you can't draw back in. So you're actually net positive by not fetching at the moment. We are probably just dead. We're gonna do the Mana Tithe. Does the Mana Tithe get there? All we have to do is pay the one opponent. Yeah, they saw the line. They saw the line. Well, there's an Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, that's just lethal. Yep. That'll do it. Sideboarding, do we want to change anything? I don't think so. Seems pretty good. We definitely want to play first. What have we got here? No second land. We can't cast anything in our hand if we don't find a blue source. We've got a Bauble. We've got a Street Wraith. We're gonna keep. This might be a mistake. The hand isn't amazing, right? So the incentive to keep is very low. But it just... How many lands are we playing again? Yeah, this should have been a mulligan. I forget how few lands are in this deck. It's fine. All that's going to happen is we're going to Street Wraith, we're going to Thoughtseize, we're going to Bauble, we're going to find some lands. It's going to be nice and easy. Oh, there you go. So let's go Bauble ourselves. A Death Shadow on top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can draw a Death Shadow, I guess. Kozilek's Command, Lorien Revealed, Null Drifter, and Stock Up. Is it greedy to just take Lorien Revealed? You need blue to do this. You need blue. And we can just stubby D this. Maybe that's greedy. And we should have just taken the K command. Oh, a second Thoughtseize. Sure. What have you got going on? What have you drawn for turn? Dismember. Yeah, I don't think we care about Dismember, so we just take the Kozilek's Command. And do we sacrifice a Death Shadow? We don't need to, do we? Let's clean this up a bit. So we know they've got Labyrinth, Null Drifter, Stock Up, and Dismember. We can essentially just play around everything. So let's just use Preordain. I think we actually want both of these. Wait, do we need a third clock? Next time we can fetch Shock, which will put us to 8. 8 will make the Death Shadow a 5/5. So I guess we just take the land, and I don't think we need another creature. 2 threats should be enough. I think we just want things like Consigned to Memory now. Absolutely love this card. Definitely one of my favorite cards to play in Modern. And I don't think there's actually many people that that like that, considering how many people play Zoo compared to all the other decks in Modern. Definitely what I think is an underrated deck. So we can go fetch here. So they have a very small window here where they can end of turn Dismember 1. We counter it. Then they untap, and then they have free reign to do something. So if they're going to do anything, this is basically the turn they need to do it. Wild to think that back when the One Ring was in play, that if they had top decked a Ring here, they would probably just win the game. Because we'd be tapped out, they'd have 4 mana, and then they could just win. What are they doing for 6 mana here? Surely they didn't find something that good that quickly. Wow, okay, they got Kozilek's Command. That's pretty good. Exile one of our 1-drops and scry X and then draw a card. Very nice opponent. That was absolutely brutal. Kozilek's Command just repeatedly showing itself to be just one of the best cards in Modern at the moment. I mean, it's no the One Ring, but it's still very good. I forgot we had this in the deck. That's not what we want to draw. I mean, we'll play it, but it's it's not good. I forget this is even in the deck when sideboarding. It should basically always be the first the first thing to come out. Opponent goes to 9. What are they up to? Well, we can't stop that. They did find their blue source eventually. So off the top, what wins us the game here? Not a lot. Dress Down would win the game. A Consign would be pretty close. They don't do anything with their leftover mana, which is really nice for us. 5, we can put them to 1, which I guess we do, in case they have a fetch. If this was basically any other card in our deck, we would have won by now. I cannot believe they played one of these. I get it, it's an enchantment for Delirium. It's like the one. I think it's just such a bad card. Opponent plays another stock up. What are they doing? Just desperately trying to find a way to win the game, or I guess they're looking for a Kozilek's Command. Oh, and they found it. So it looks like they're going to do Kozilek's Command X's 2 here. Unless they've got 2. If they've got 2... Oh, no, they can't do it if they've got 2, can they? Okay, sweet. So we do actually get the W. Oh, Replicate is 3. I can't imagine there's anything they can do, but we'll replicate it just in case. Sweet. Yeah, managed to get that. A lot closer than I was expecting it to be. Stock Up just seeing play in lots of different decks at the moment, which is really sweet. I still Patrick was saying about playing it in Amulet Titan. Sorry, I forget your surname, Patrick. But I'm pretty sure I saw him, suggesting playing it in Amulet, which my teammate Ed from Team Templar is looking at doing. But yeah, really, really sweet. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.